How do you change your life in 30 days? That's what we're going to discuss today. Small change, big change, medium change, epic change, whatever change it is that you want, this is how you do it. Hi, I'm Croix, and if you don't know me, I'm the guy who ran across America a marathon a day for 100 consecutive days, learning the top mindset strategies on success, on performance, on productivity, so you don't have to do the kinds of extreme things that I do, but you can apply them to your life and get amazing results. So how do you change your life in 30 days? Now, my suggestion is that you choose one thing. You can choose lots of things. If you're in extreme circumstance and you really want to change lots of things all at one time, go for it. But it's easier and it's usually more successful if you pick one thing 30 days. In fact, often in my life, I've lived my life as a 30-day kind of a test tube experiment. So for 30 days, I'll meditate every day for 45 minutes. For 30 days, I'll take ice cold showers. For 30 days, I'll do something else. It's been a lot of different things I've tested, and this is the way I've seen what works and what doesn't, and then I'll compare them to other things. So I may meditate for 15 minutes a day, then meditate for 45 minutes a day for 30 days at a time to see which one is the most effective. And so when I talk to you about mindset strategies, it's not just talking about it from some idea, something I've read in a book. Most of these things I've experienced myself at the most extreme levels. And I'm telling you that the most successful way to change your life in 30 days is to pick the one thing that will make the biggest difference in your life. So what is the big thing you want to change? Do you want to lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds? Do you want to stop procrastinating? Do you want to stay off social media? Do you want to double your income? What is it that will make the biggest change for you? Choose that one thing and then do that for 30 days, and you make that your priority above everything else. When you're changing your life in 30 days, you want to make that your priority above everything else. So if it's weight loss or exercise, you do that first thing in the morning, you go exercise, then you eat that healthy food all day. If it's to double your income, the very first thing, the most important thing you do in your day is to do whatever it is that's going to double your income. And that way, when your day goes sideways, because it often does, it gets eaten up by emergencies and putting out fires and family obligations and other things you have to do, and you procrastinate, or you get tired, or you get bored, or something other that derails you, sidetracks you for the middle of the day, the afternoon part of your day. At least you've got it done in the morning. So pick the one thing and then do that thing first thing in the morning. Then if it's something like weight loss where you have to eat healthy all day, then you make that your priority, that you eat that healthy food no matter what, and you eat that first, so that if you do cheat and eat something that you're not supposed to be eating, at least you got the healthy food first. At least you got the most important work done first in the morning. And so that way, when things do go sideways, you still got that most important thing done. So choose the one thing, make it a priority, and then set yourself up for the wins. So that means if you're exercising in the morning, have your clothes set up the night before so that you get dressed, you go to the bathroom, you get dressed, and you go out and you exercise, or you go to the gym, or whatever it's going to do. If it's work, then you have yourself all prepared, everything you need to work with, your laptop or whatever kind of work it is that you do, you have that all set up the night before, so that when you wake up, you go right into the office, or you go right into your work to do whatever it is that you need to do. If it's getting organized, the first hour of your day, spend an hour of your day getting more organized, or purging. This is a great thing to go through life, is to purge. Spend a month of purging stuff, because we accumulate way too much stuff. So the first thing is you got to choose one thing. Then you got to get clear. Then you got to set yourself up for the wins, which is putting everything in order so that it's easy. Setting yourself up for the wins also means is, if it's, for example, eating healthy, not have junk food in the house. If it's exercising, be able to get to the gym or your exercise super easy. Like right here behind the camera, I've got my weights, so if I can't get to the gym, I still got weights at home that I can still get my exercise in. How else do you set yourself up for success? Well, if it's procrastinating, if you get stuck on YouTube, social media, doom scrolling, or some other thing, you work out of your home and you're doing laundry instead of working when you're supposed to be working. I know a lot of you entrepreneurs are doing this kind of stuff. You're doing laundry, you're cleaning stuff up, you're doing some other thing that's maybe somewhat productive, but you should be focusing on your work, but yet you're doing all these other distractions. Even if they're positive distractions, you're still being distracted. I know you're entrepreneurs. I know you're doing that. So how do you set yourself up for success with that? Make a hard rule for yourself. No social media doom scrolling of any kind for business hours, or at least for the first 4 hours of the day, the first 6 hours of the day. You can do social media later on in the day. It doesn't mean you can't, if social media is important to your work, you can't log in and post and respond to questions, go on Messenger or whatever it is, and respond to clients. That's okay. I'm talking about the time wasting on social media. And so no wasting your time on social media, at least for the first 4 hours a day. And for 30 days, I'd suggest that you don't do any social media whatsoever. And then at the end of 30 days, then you can decide, does this serve me? How well does it serve me? How much is it helping me? Is it not helping me? So after the 30 days, then you go back and say, okay, I can maybe do this a little different, or I love this, and keep doing it. So first thing you got to do is pick one thing. And you got to get clear on what your goal is. And then you've got to set yourself up for success. And then you have to minimize the resistance, minimize the friction. So how much friction does it take? So for me, getting to the gym, if I got to drive, I got a gym that's a third of the price, but it's 20 minutes away. I have a gym right here that's 3 times the price, but it's literally a mile from my house. So I can take the car, I can run, I can take the bike, I can get to the gym, I can walk if I have to. I can get to the gym no matter what, because it's right here. It minimizes the resistance, the friction that keeps me from going. And then for me to minimize the friction in going to the gym, I usually go to the gym first thing in the morning. Or I'll go for a run first thing in the morning, then I'll go to the gym 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, in between things, so that I can increase the endorphins and the adrenaline and the cortisol and all the things that goes on after you work out. So I do it either way. It depends on the day. But I always exercise one way or the other first thing in the morning, and then I'll go do the other one in the afternoon or in the evening. And if I'm doing something like martial arts training or boxing training, or I'm taking some other physical fitness class at night, then I'll run in the morning, then I'll do that class at night. So most days, can't say most, many days, I am working out twice a day. Usually 20 minutes in the morning, nice short quick run. Then in the evening it's something longer. Or it's a longer run in the morning and then I don't do anything the rest of the day. But I have it set up so I could reduce the friction to getting out there to do it. So you set yourself up for the win. You have your shorts, you have your stuff ready, so you go exercise first thing in the morning. But then you have to minimize the friction to actually getting out there and doing it. So I go to the bathroom, I put my shorts on, I go out for a run immediately. Then I'll plan my second exercise for later in the day if I am through around whatever else is going on. So whether that class is happening at a specific time, or if I'm working around video calls or audio calls or something else. So you choose one thing and you get clear on what you're going to do, how you're going to do that. So what exactly are you going to do for the 30 days? Set yourself up as a 30-day test tube of success, of experiments. And then you want to set yourself up for the wins, and you want to reduce the resistance. When you do all of these things, changing your life in 30 days is very clear. And I'm going to leave you with one last thing. Every night before you go to bed, every night, write down or meditate on this. I prefer writing, but you can do both. Write down what your goal is for that 30 days. So as an examples, I'll give you a few. For 30 days, for the month of May, I am going to exercise every morning, and I'm going to eat healthy meals 3 times a day, and I'm not going to eat any fatty or sugary foods, processed sugar foods. That's one example. Another one. For the month of May, I am going to minimize procrastination and being sidetracked and derailed. I am not going to be on social media for any sort of doom scrolling, any sort of time wasting from the hours of waking up until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll do that every day, and instead I will focus on my work. So there's another example. What if it is to pay down your debt? So maybe that's an example you have. Maybe you have a lot of debt, you want to pay down your debt. So for the month of May, I am not going to spend any money that is not absolutely critically, vitally necessary, such as food. And I'm going to save every bit of money I can so that I can pay down my meals. And on top of that, I'm going to purge the things I don't need, sell them on eBay, increase my income so I could use that money towards paying down my debt. Whatever the goal is that you want to change your life in 30 days, write it down the night before. And if you want to be a little bit ambitious, write it down in the morning. So at night, write it down at least one time, very clear, precise what you're going to do for the 30 days. Then in the morning, write it down again 10 times in a row. Write it down on a piece of paper, any paper. Take a notebook, any kind of paper. Write it down. The reason you're doing that the night before and the morning of is because you're reprogramming your mind for success. You're reprogramming your emotions for success. You're reprogramming your spirit for success. You're aligning yourself up. This is also reducing the resistance and the friction to achieve the thing you want to achieve. Because you got to be aligned with your mind. You got to be aligned with your emotions. You got to be aligned with your essence to do the thing that you want to do. Because otherwise, like most people, you're only going to do it for 3, 4, 5 days. And then that's it. And that's you're going to go about whatever you were doing before, and it's not going to stick. But writing it down the night before, or meditating on it, writing it down 10 times in the morning, and then going out and doing that thing. Immediately start your day doing that thing, and make that thing your priority for success. Guarantee you that at the end of 30 days, you'll change your life. Whatever your goal is, you'll procrastinate less, you'll lose weight, you'll get more fit, you won't waste time, you'll purge your house, you'll pay off your debt. Whatever goals it is that you want to achieve. So here's what it is. Choose one thing. Get clarity on what that one thing is. Set yourself up for success. Reduce the resistance, reduce the friction that's keeping you from success, and then write it down the night before and the morning of, and then immediately go out and do that one thing so that no matter what, you've done that thing for the day.